Are we starting from? Okay,
No, we're starting from the. Hey, I'm Colette.
And I'm Brooke.
And this is Midlife Mutiny.
And it's a new year. It's 2021. So we made it through the dumpster fire year. And we're in a brand new year with brand new opportunities, brand new stuff. We have special styling today, courtesy of Scout. Scout decided that we should set this episode apart and make it special. So cheers to Scout. Cheers to Scout.
Yay, Scout.
Thank you for the very mature styling and the astute hats.
Yes. So our theme today is sometimes what you've wanted, you've had in front of you the entire time. So like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, she had the ruby slippers on the entire time, her means to get back home again, but she had to kind of travel the world to get there. You have what you need and who you need to help you make your film, make your TV show, make your play, make your book, probably right in front of you. You just aren't really looking in the right place. Is that right?
I did not choose this theme.
I love this theme, but
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you've been talking about this theme for 3 days.
Yeah.
So I am with this theme. I'm maybe not as intent on the allegory of Wizard of Oz. But
Absolutely excellent allegory.
or metaphor.
Yeah.
Or so I'm with it. But we're going to unpack it a little.
So one of the reasons I love The Wizard of Oz so much is because Dorothy had the ability to get home the entire time in the ruby slippers. And I feel like as an artist, you have what you need kind of in your circle. Sometimes you just don't look. It's there, but you don't see it. So one example of that is Quality Problems. When Brooke was coming up with the idea, she's a brilliant writer and had this great idea and had the support and talent of her husband and her kids in every way, both in front of the screen and behind the screen. But she needed her circle to be a little bit bigger. So I was there, Jen Prince was there, Jen Weberly was there. And we started going further and further out in our circles, and we came up with this amazing film from where it started in Brooke's head until the way it ended at the very end. So look around. If you want to make something, you guys, you have to create the story yourself. But then when it comes time to get it out there, to get other people to read it, to see it, to participate, to make it, start looking in your circle, both your inner circle and your outer circle. I guarantee there are going to be people you didn't think of who can probably help you more than you realize.
Here's the thing. You have to, so the theme of this whole entire webcast, is stop giving a shit. Stop being polite. Stop asking for permission.
Mm-hmm.
No, you can be polite, but ask for help. The older I get, and kids certainly helped, and getting married, my perspective changed to what could it hurt? If I ask someone for help, it doesn't cost me anything. It used to cost me something, in my 20s when I was super prideful.
Because you want to be liked.
I was super prideful, and I don't want to step on any toes, and I don't want to offend anybody. But at the same time, people have asked me for things, and I've bent over backwards to try. If I can do something for someone, I will, and it makes me happy. I'm also a very great person. Not everybody is great, and you'll find that out when you start asking for favors. But with Quality Problems, I stopped worrying about it so much. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ask. The worst that can happen is someone says no. Okay. And if someone says no and go F yourself, then they're not a super quality person to have in your circle anyway. If they're getting mad at you for asking something, then dip. They get bounced, in my opinion.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask. So Brooke and I were biking, and she said, hey, do we have an entertainment lawyer who can get the last bookstore out? And it's kind of a route we hadn't thought about. And I actually have this new friend, Cammie, who's amazing, who's getting into writing herself. Hi, Cammie. Thank you for inspiring this. And I said, yeah, let me ask her. And again, the worst that Cammie could have said was no. And I said, hey, we've got this great property. We have the book. We have the script. We need to get it in front of people. And so Cammie said, yeah, I'd love to help you. So that's kind of one more piece of red tape which is cut. Then Brooke and I made a list of 52 people who are our friends who we said, hey, will you give us ideas or people we can send this to? Some have responded, some have not. And it's okay, because we don't give a fuck anymore. We're not afraid to ask, and if they respond, awesome. That's generous and nice, and we're grateful. And if they don't, maybe they have something better to do, maybe they didn't read it, maybe they don't care. That's fine too. At least we asked. You guys, don't be afraid to ask for help.
We're incredibly passionate about quality problems, which if you haven't seen, see it, because now you have all this inside info. But while I was writing it, we talked about this before. While I was writing it, I literally put in scenes and events in the script that I knew I could get the locations for. But one of them was a cupcake store, Yummy Cupcakes here in Burbank. Tiffany Safranco, the most amazing, let us come in there and shoot. And one of them was a nightclub, and a friend of mine happened to run a nightclub. Dragonfly in Hollywood no longer exists, but we were able to go in there and guerrilla some stuff, and we were able to go in there when it was closed as well. These were good grabs that we didn't have to pay location fee for or go through a bunch of hoops.
And gave great production value.
Completely. And so I wrote those in. So think about what is around you when you're writing stuff, things that you have access to. And your locations can inspire your narrative. Having said that, now it's The Last Bookstore, which is this giant thing, and it's our brass ring. That's the one. It is beyond us to do independently, so we have to go ask for help, and that's big help, you guys. It needs a big producer, a big company behind it, big money.
And it's scary to ask for help. Look, we get it. It's scary to ask for help, but if you don't ask for help, it's not going to happen.
You never know. And you know what? Some people are going to fall by the wayside when you ask them. It's happened to me, and you know what? It's a bummer, but if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Okay? They're either going to jump in and say, I'm all in, what can I do? Or they're going to ghost you and not respond. Either way, they're showing you who they are.
And we've had both happen to us.
Yes, both. And most of them are going to be in the middle, I don't know what I can do, but I'll think about it, which is awesome. Awesome as well. But the thing is that you asked, and you never know how far you can get until you ask.
It's scary to ask, but ask. And again, you have to find people who are gonna, kind of help you get through the gatekeepers. Now that we have an entertainment lawyer on our team, it's gonna move us that much closer. People are always saying, oh, you need an agent, you need a manager. Maybe not. It's really how many people you know, or how many people you know who know people who can kind of cut through
red tape. Or the legalities. No one legit really in the business is going to read your stuff unless it's protected. Unless it's protected by the WGA, and unless they are protected to read it. Oftentimes that is a lawyer presenting it saying, you are protected to read this. These writers won't come back and sue you for stealing the idea, etc., etc. That is oftentimes an entertainment lawyer who bridges that gap. So we're going that route. We're going to go every freaking route until this is done, come hell or high water, because it's our brass ring.
And it's about not giving up. If you're passionate about an idea and you feel that, someone else will feel that passion too, and they'll respond to it. Remember, once you write something, you're in bed with it for potentially years and decades. So write something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, and then read about scripts that took years and years to finally get made.
Forrest Gump. 11 and a half years.
Yeah, there's countless stories about that with great Hollywood movies that we've seen, how long it's taken to get that done and how many no's that person got. Understand that all these great films, Sylvester Stallone didn't take Rocky into the first place and get a big green light. He walked out of some big rooms with some big offers until he made the movie he wanted to make. So the no's are only going to propel you. You better have a thick skin or get into a different line of work.
So you know what it is for 2021? It's be passionate, be persistent, and be patient.
And wear a mask.
Yeah, wear a mask. But that's what it is. We're starting the year, you guys. Fresh start, fresh hope, new possibilities. So go out there and don't be afraid. Don't give a fuck. Don't ask for permission, and make stuff. I'm Colette.
I'm Brooke. And this is Midlife Mutiny. Make 2021 your bitch.
Happy New Year. Subscribe. Tell 5 friends about us. Be passionate, be persistent, be patient.
You can do something without a P in it.
No, I like that.
You can be dauntless. It's so twee.
No.
No.
What do you mean twee?
It's like, hey.
Really? That's what twee is?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so be passionate, be persistent, and be patient.
Yes, and thank you, Scout, for the styling.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Happy New Year.